Hey everyone, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Today we are decorating for Christmas in my living room. We're kicking off my 2024 Christmas decorating series by decorating the Christmas tree in my main living space. I'm sharing with you a ton of really easy, cozy, neutral, glam Christmas decorating, tons of like greens and golds. I am so excited. If you saw my decorating for Christmas disaster video, you know that it took a lot for us to get to this point with our new tree, and I'm so excited to share some decorating ideas with you for the tree and just the room overall. I also will be finally revealing the first letter of our son's name, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot of exciting things to come. I'm super excited to kick off all of my Christmas decorating, so let's get into it. All right, here we go. Our living room is in, I don't want to say shambles because there's just nothing really here. We've already moved everything from the corner. I already took down all of the Halloween decor. If you saw our Christmas tree disaster video, then you kind of are up to speed with what is going on there. We have a brand new tree, our third and final tree for this living room, and it's absolutely perfect. But I'm just super excited to transform this entire space. We're gonna go ahead and get the Christmas tree set up. So Brian has a family tradition of doing a Christmas village. So this is our first year doing it, and we like built a platform that I'm going to show you. We put the snow on it, and our tree is going to sit on there. So we're going to go ahead and get that all set up first and then start transforming this entire space for Christmas. So here is the platform, just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. It's basically just a pallet, like we built a pallet for the train to sit on. We're gonna go ahead and put snow over this, and then our houses and our tree are also gonna go on here, and then the train will go around. But yeah, we built, Brian built this platform. We actually built two. So this was the first one we built. This is the second one we built, and then we realized the first one we built was better. It's just been a whole journey to get to this point, but it's going to be so worth it. So let's get started. Okay, so the platform is down. We did finish it off with the snow, and we put ribbon around the sides. We went ahead and Brian like drilled all the holes and the slots for the wires so that we could like perfectly run the wires underneath the platform. This is something that he's been doing in his family forever. This is our first year doing it on our own, so it has been a lot of trial and error. Also with the tree, it's been a lot of trial and error. So we're gonna go ahead and put our tree up now on the base. You're gonna notice that our tree stand looks really different than a normal tree stand because it's actually an umbrella stand. I lost so much sleep over this entire tree debacle. And I was like trying to find a solution for like finding a smaller base that would still support our tree, because 9-foot plus trees, the bases are so large and typical collars don't fit around them because they're around like 32 inches in diameter, and most tree collars like max out at about 26 inches in diameter. I had a bigger tree collar that would work, but then our train tracks wouldn't fit around it. So anyways, long story short, I, in a lot of my research, realized that a lot of companies that make tree stands also make umbrella bases, and I had a light bulb go off my head, like, wait, could we use an umbrella stand? I just had to figure out the diameter of the pole of our tree, and most 9-foot plus trees are going to have a 1.5 diameter to 2 inch diameter pole. And so I just made sure I bought a plant or an umbrella stand that could fit that. And that's what we're using for the base of our tree. And that is 21 inches in diameter. So I could put any collar around it. It will fit inside of our train tracks and kind of solve a lot of the issues that we've been having. So that's what we're going to be using. I'll show you how that works. I have not ever seen anyone else do this before. I'm not saying I'm the first person to ever do it or think of it, but I've never seen anybody else do it before. And I think it's a huge hack for someone who has a bigger tree and needs a smaller base. We ended up with the Home Decorators 9-foot Elegant Grand Fir is what I think it's called. There are a lot of models, so it's really easy to get them all mixed up, so I'll make sure to link the exact one that we ended up with in the YouTube shopping tab. And I wanted to show some clips of like Brian putting together his village. This just means a lot to him. And honestly, I just didn't understand like everything that goes into it. Like he made all of the roads and we had all the buildings and the people and the snow and the platform. And I'm just really excited. Like now that it's all set up, like it just brings a lot of joy to all three of us, and I'm excited to grow our village as we, go throughout the years and continue to grow our family. The first thing we wanted to do once we had a lot of like the village and just like the tree in place was decorate the tree. I definitely find that this takes the most time, and in the past it's something that I've just done by myself, but it's something that Brian and I both really love to do, so we both wanted to tackle this project together. I gave him the job of going ahead and fluffing all of the flowers. He's like, what do you mean fluff the flowers? I was like, look how flat they are. While he did that, I went ahead and made my little like ribbons. What I like to do is just kind of do this like 3 loop, and I like to make the one in the middle a little bit longer. And then I go ahead and take zip ties and zip tie the end together, and then just kind of like shove that into my tree. You'll see like the whole process right here. It's really, really easy to do it this way. I watched like so many videos about ribbon last year, and this is the same way I did it last year, and I don't know, I just found it to be really easy and I liked the look of it. So I just kind of repeated that process a few times until I got several little like ribbons with the cascading tails down my tree. There's really no best way to decorate a Christmas tree in my opinion. I personally like to start with all of the big items, so do like the ribbon, the flowers, the picks, and then the biggest ornaments, and then just kind of like work my way down in size from there. That's the way that I like to do it, just so then that way when you're doing all the small ornaments, you kind of are able to like fill in all the gaps. I feel like if you kind of just jump in with all different size ornaments, it's harder to find places for the big things to go, if that makes sense. So I always like to start with the biggest items and then work my way down. Ignore the star. I feel like we did a lot more work for the star off camera. We did lose a few inches for the star to go when we added the platform to the bottom of the tree, and we're not going to be in this house forever, and we're not going to have this size platform. We're going to have to grow it. So ignore the fact that the star looks kind of funny. Also, I did add tinsel to my tree this year, which I absolutely love the way it looks. I did not do a ton. I know, like, when it was really, really popular back in the day, I don't know exactly which decade, they would like cover the entire tree, and I just kind of wanted to go in and just add like little sections of it to just miscellaneous branches. I don't know, whichever way you want to go about it with this as well. It's all just kind of whatever you want to do. It's just a fun creative process, and I just love the twinkle that it adds to my tree. Bryn doesn't mess with it, the dogs don't mess with it, so I feel like it's fine for us to use, but definitely like assess your own personal situation, because I know that tinsel can be a hazard. After we got a lot of the items on, I still felt like the tree was just like missing something, so I went ahead and added in these bows. They are actually from the Target Wonder Shop. They're so affordable. I think they come in packs of 5 for $5. They might be $10, but I think they're only 5, and they're these like beautiful pre-tied velvet ribbons. I picked up several packs of the red for another tree in our house, but I just feel like that was like the perfect little finishing touch on some of the like longer branches that were sticking out, and I just love the way that the entire tree looks with the village underneath as well. It just totally makes it, and our train even smokes. Like, it's so crazy. now that the tree is pretty much done and decorated, it's time to clean up all of these items. We have tons of ornaments, and these will all get used pretty much between all the different trees in our house. I think we have like somewhere between 6 and 8 trees in our entire house, so this is just one of them. And I did spend a lot of time last year organizing all of our ornaments, which is funny because the second you start decorating a tree, you start like having to pull all of like the ornament dividers out, and all of the organization kind of goes to crap. So I don't know if it's actually worth it to buy those ornament organizers, but I really like them. There was definitely a bunch of like glitter and just like random stuff everywhere, so I wanted to go ahead and kind of clean up the couch area a bit before we move on to the rest of the decorating for the living room. I like to do a very green color palette, especially in our main living room and main living areas. I just love green and gold. I think it is the most gorgeous color combination. Some of these pillows are new. It's kind of like a mix of covers that I kept from last year and pillows that I kept from last year versus new pillows that I picked up for this year. Definitely be sure to check out my Christmas decor haul if you want to see where a lot of the items are from. And you will definitely see I did end up buying a few more pillows between when I filmed this portion and when I actually am putting the video out. There's like a week between, and I found some of the Studio McGee pillows, so I did decide to go ahead and add those in as well because I absolutely love them. They're such good quality, and I can't wait to share that collection with you in a few days. I'm definitely trying to keep my decorating a bit more simple overall this year, but especially for Christmas. I feel like you're going to notice that in all of my Christmas decorating videos. I'm excited for you to see the other spaces that I've been working on in my house. I'm just trying to keep things very like simple, minimal, functional, but obviously still very festive. And I feel like it's funny to be saying that because I feel like a lot of you guys are going to look at this and be like, this is not simple, this is not minimal. But for me, it feels that way. Like there's some things that I'm not doing this year that I've done in the past. If you've seen my other Christmas decorating videos, like I'm not changing out the artwork this year, the one that's like behind the couch next to the tree. I have these like sleigh prints that I normally change them out to, but I am super, super pregnant, and I'm just thinking of future Katie when I have a newborn and a toddler after Christmas and I have to like switch them back. I just don't feel like it. I really like the way that this newest artwork that I have in there looks, like especially with my Christmas decorating. So I decided to do my future self a favor and just kind of like leave it. And then another thing that I'm doing that's very simple, which isn't on purpose, but it's just because I loved it so much last year, is I'm kind of setting up my media console very similar to how I did last year. I set up the houses in the middle the exact same, and then I have like a lot of the same pieces. I did incorporate a few new nutcrackers and picks, and I am using new garlands, but I absolutely loved the way my console looked last year that I actually referenced my video from last year this year when I was decorating and just kind of like followed the exact same blueprint. Something that I'm doing that's making my life a little bit easier is adding these command hooks to hold my garland, and this is the My Texas House garland from this year. Oh my goodness, now that I've like actually decorated with it, I mean I loved it so much before, but now actually like, you know, running my hands through it, decorating with it, this is the best garland I have ever used. It's so full, it's so beautiful, it has that like real feel look, it's really, really easy to work with. And then I am adding the My Texas House shatterproof ornament garland. Hindsight, I should have put that down first. You'll notice that I go in and like tuck it underneath the garland so that it just kind of like hangs. This combo, absolutely chef's kiss. If you can get your hands on one or both of these items, I'm not like the type of person to be like, you need something, but this is literally the best garland I've ever tried. I just can't get over it.
We are on our merry way.
We actually do like Christmas Day upstairs in our loft area. It's like our second living room, and I will have a Christmas decorating video for that in a couple days. But I do still like to have stockings down here, so I did want to go ahead and put those again on my blanket ladder. I've just really enjoyed doing this for the last few years. I went ahead and added this like nice plushy green blanket. I'm pretty sure it's from Hearth and Hand last year. And then I did have 4 stockings that I picked up on clearance last year, just hoping and praying that we would be growing our family for this next Christmas. And I'm really glad that I did, because I have not been able to find a fourth of like the stockings that we have. Like, we have 3 of these Martha Stewart stockings, and I know they sell them at like Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls, but I just have not been able to get my hands on another pack. I'm still on the hunt. They're like knit ivory on the bottom, and then they have like a green top. But I picked up these Studio McGee stockings. They're super beautiful. And then I just got these little stocking letters from the Target Wonder Shop. They're actually silver, and then I think they have like a red ribbon, but I went ahead and spray painted them like a dark copper color, and then I used Rub and Buff to make the letters gold, because I wasn't able to get my hands on like other gold letters that I liked. I think Hobby Lobby discontinued the ones that they had last year that I was in my head thinking, oh, if we have a baby, this is what I'll pick up for our new set of stockings, but I don't think they brought them back. So I had to improvise, and I made these ones from the $5 option at Target, and I think they came out so well. So we have a B for Brian, and then a K for Katie, a B for Bryn, and you're gonna have to just watch and see what brother's first name is gonna start with. As I mentioned, these ornaments originally had, I think, red ribbons, and that just does not match what we have in this room. So I did switch it out with a thin gold velvet ribbon. This like thin velvet, especially this like size, can be really hard to find this time of year. I definitely recommend checking Amazon. I've had the most luck there. They do have similar options at like Hobby Lobby and stuff, but it can be very slim pickings. And at Hobby Lobby, you're going to want to check over by like the fabric section, not in like with the Christmas ribbon. That's where I've had some luck, but definitely I've had the most luck on Amazon. And then if you're wondering how I am securing these to my blanket ladder, zip ties. Zip ties are the sponsor of today's video. No, I'm just kidding. They're totally not. But I just do end up using them a lot in my decorating. I use them for the ribbon on my tree. Now I'm using them here on the blanket ladder. They're just so useful. I picked up these extra long ones, I believe, on Amazon, but I think you can also get them at Target or Walmart. They're just like extra long, and then I go ahead and cut the backs off. And then at the end of the season, it's really easy for me to just kind of cut them and release them. But yes, so we have Brian, Katie, Bryn, and then later this year, little baby C will be joining our family. I say later this year like it's not literally in a few weeks. We are literally getting ready to have a baby in just a few weeks. I cannot believe it. I can't wait to meet him, and I can't wait to introduce you guys to him as well when he gets here. I almost completely forgot to add these scented ornaments onto my tree. I just did one for now, but I bought 2 at Target. It's really cool. It has these scent beads inside, and then there's like a little hinge, so you could always like break up scensicles or something else like that when the scents stop working. But I love that I can just like hide it inside my tree, and it looks so pretty and just blends so well. And that is my Christmas living room. I am obsessed. We've had it decorated for like a little over a week now, and I just love the cozy vibes. Yes, we did have it decorated excited before Halloween, but I just needed the Christmas spirit. Well, all right, everybody, there you have it, part 1 of my 2024 Christmas decorating series. I can't wait to hear all of your thoughts down below, as well as your name guesses for baby C. I'm so excited that you guys finally know the first letter of his name, and in a few short weeks, we will all know his name, and I just can't wait to meet him. So let me know all of your thoughts and your guesses in the comments down below. I have a ton of Christmas decorating to come. I'm just going to be pumping all of these videos out. We have been decorating non-stop so that we can get the whole house decorated and relax for a few weeks before the baby comes. That's kind of like the idea behind decorating a little bit earlier this year, but also I'm just glad that we get to enjoy the vibes for as long as possible. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on like the Christmas village. We are still missing one piece of our village, which is our house. It got like lost in the mail. They sent it back to the sender. So we're missing an integral piece, but it still looks absolutely amazing, and I know Brian is so proud of it. But let me know your thoughts down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell. I will link anything that I can that I showed in today's video in the YouTube shopping tab. If you don't see a link, it's just because it's something I've had for a few years and they don't sell it anymore. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so excited that it is time for 2024 Christmas decorating. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.